dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sith Talk. Today we have on the show George from the Hyperdrive Star Wars channel on YouTube. How you doing, George?
What's going on, Tony? How's it going, bro?
Good, man. I'm chilling. So tell us a little bit about your channel and where we can find you at.
The channel is called the Hyperdrive. It's a Star Wars channel. We talk all kinds of stuff, collectibles, movie reactions, TV show reactions. You can find us on YouTube mainly. I also have an Instagram page and a TikTok page. Both of them are Medina Lorian 23 because I messed up and didn't get the Hyperdrive name for that one. So got there too late. So
got you. So for you guys watching, be sure to check him out. I'm going to put the link to his channel down in the description. Man, I've been watching you for years, man. So all the way back to the other channel, what was it, MCE, right?
MCE,
That was you and Seth. That's how I found you. I remember it was like Tampa Bay Comic-Con, maybe 2018 or 2019, and I saw Seth and OG Geek there. And I found their channels. And then, if you're watching their videos, all you guys are in each other's videos. So that's how I found like everyone's channel, like the whole family of you guys. So yeah, I've been watching y'all since like 2018, 2019, which is crazy, man.
Damn, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
It's been a long ride, man. I'm going almost 7 years now this year.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So everyone that comes on, we start off with 3 questions. You ready?
Yeah, go.
All right, so the first one is, what is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Favorite one is, man, that changes a lot.
Yeah.
On depending day. For the mainstay, I'll just say Empire Strikes Back is the one to stick with. But that could always be interchanged with Rogue One, sometimes Return of the Jedi, depending on how I'm feeling. But
Rogue One has made it into a lot of people's top. Yeah.
Great movie.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. The best movie that Disney's done since they've had Star Wars.
Yes.
Easily. But why ESB as your first?
Because the whole, I'm your father scene blew my mind when I was a kid. It blew my mind when I was a kid because when my first introduction to Star Wars was Return of the Jedi. So, and I saw that like at 5. So the only thing I understood at that point was Ewoks, lightsabers.
Yeah.
Vader's the bad guy. I didn't know, much about the father-son dynamic thing. And then the black suit scared the hell out of me. And then I find out that he's the dad like 2 years later is when I understood what was going on. And then I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So the next one is, this one might be a tough one too. What's your favorite Star Wars show? Only one from live action or animated.
Or either one.
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
Nice. Why Clone Wars?
It's because it's really made the prequels make a lot more sense. It's really well done. I love how it was the first of the animated series, of any animated series, that turned a character that I wasn't that much a fan of into one that I became a big fan of, and that was Ahsoka Tano. And so, by the time that she left the Jedi Order, man, that had me like emotionally feeling things. So when I got to that point, I was like, holy shit, this show is good, man. Because I saw Clone Wars at the premiere of Clone Wars, the pilot, when I was at a convention in California. And then as part of the convention for buying tickets there and everything like that, they gave you a free pass to go see the premiere of the Clone Wars series, which was the 1 hour episode, the special 1 hour episode that they have on Disney Plus right now, where they save Jabba's kid. Right. So I go there. Dave Filoni's there. I don't know who Dave Filoni is at the time. So I see him, shake his hand. We go into check out the theater. Yeah, he gets ushered in with stormtroopers. It was awesome. So he was very accessible at that point. So you go there, hey, nice to meet you. I'm like, guy in a hat, cool. So I go sit in the theater, and then I start watching this, and then I'm like, what the hell is this, man? She's calling him Sky Guy, and she Snips, and they're saving a baby Jabba the Hutt. What the hell? So I walked out of there thinking they're gonna mess Star Wars up with this, man. But then I was wrong, bro. That show is so deep. It's great.
No, it really is. So like, growing up, I grew up watching the OT in the early 90s on VHS. So like that was my Star Wars. Then I saw all the prequels in theaters and I liked them, but for like the whole early 2000s up until like 2016, 2015, I always was like, I prefer the OT over the prequels. But then I found Clone Wars and I got to Clone Wars mad late and I watched all 6 seasons. And then when the 7th season came out, I watched that every week. And like the Clone Wars enhanced that story so much where it's kind of like now I might like the prequels a little bit more because like there's so much extra context that I have in the back of my mind now. So yeah, Clone Wars is freaking amazing, man. The last 4 episodes, that Revenge of the Sith 2.0, from the point of view of Maul, Ahsoka, and Rex, that shit blew my mind. And like my dad, he's an OG. He's only seen the movies. He doesn't really watch the animated stuff, but he's seen the live action shows. But I made him watch that 4-episode arc, and he was like, "Holy shit, that was good!" Like, and he's seen none of the animated stuff. And that goes to show that that story in that 4 episodes like hits no matter who you are.
Right.
So awesome. At that place where you saw Dave Filoni, was that like a San Diego Comic-Con event or like?
No, I was in Los Angeles. I was at an event called SIGGRAPH convention, which is an animators convention. I was studying at the time to be an animator, and so I basically just use my savings to go pay for a trip to California and get to go to this convention, where I got to meet like different heads of. I got to meet somebody from Lucasfilm. I can't remember who the name was anymore. Blizzard Entertainment, a couple others. I was looking for a job is basically what I was doing, and I met a bunch of people, and the event that they had the premiere was at the same convention or amphitheater, or I don't know what to call it, that they have the American Idol at. So
okay.
Yeah, so I was in that arena, and then they played the movie right there, which was dope, man. It was the choice to go see that or go watch a baseball game, and I was like, I'm gonna go watch Star Wars, man.
Yeah, of course. All right, so the last question is, who is your favorite Star Wars character?
Darth Vader.
Good choice. Why Lord Vader?
Because of his story arc, the things that he's gone through. He was the fallen Jedi and his redemption, especially like if you get into the comics a lot, the story arc behind that they build him up, him struggling with the choices that he made, and the things that haunt him, and so it just his arc is really cool for me. So yeah.
Hell
Plus,
yeah.
like I said, he was the first one that scared the shit out of me ever. And I was like, I had to be him for Halloween. I got so Vader was my dude, even as a baby. He's a kid.
And
So,
isn't it so crazy how technically we're still getting Vader's story today, like
yeah.
in Ahsoka, and then like we should get more of it in season 2 of Ahsoka. So yeah, man, that's wild. From 77 to 2024, and whenever Ahsoka season 2, Vader's in our lives, man.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome. All right, so one of the first things I wanted to talk about today was your channel and the growth, because like literally in the past 10 months, and like this is crazy, you went from 20K to 50K in like a 10-month period. Like I remember seeing you put like community posts, and like it started 10 months ago, it was like 20K, then 22, then 25, then 28. I felt like every couple of weeks like you're just growing. Like what was it that had you grow so rapidly at that rate? Because that's like impressive.
It I you know what? I honestly I don't know exactly what's hitting, but I'm happy that people are connecting with the content. The things that I like to do a lot are these behind the scenes stories, things that we all know about, but that maybe the new generation doesn't know. Shorts is something that has seems to be taking over all of the medium at the moment. So it's like more people are watching shorts than they are long form content. And this and the younger generation may not know about some of these behind the scenes things. So my wife and a couple other of my friends and everything gave me these books, and I've been going through these books and finding stuff that I didn't know. I was like, oh, well, if I don't know this, then you guys definitely don't know this. Let me try this out. So I started doing those type of videos and having a good time with that, and trying to incorporate that with the collecting that I do. Trying to learn more about the stuff that I buy, and that's been working for me.
Yeah.
It's been nuts, and it's been a combination of that, and I brought my kids along into it. We started doing a couple of like funny skits and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been a nice ride this last couple years, last year especially. So yeah, I feel blessed, man. It's how it is with this stuff. It's like you throw stuff at a wall, you hope it sticks, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
never really
and
know.
I know, and I'll make a video and a short, and I'm like, "Man, this is amazing." Nothing, and then I'll do one that's half-assed, I'm like, "Okay, whatever," and then that blows up, like, it makes
Yeah.
no sense, so
No.
it's crazy, but yeah, that's awesome, man, that's so crazy, so, like, you hit what did it feel like 2 weeks ago when you saw you had 50K?
Oh, bro. It's like if it felt like a little bit of a weight, kind of just was released off me. It's because
Yeah,
it's been something that Seth and I had chased, when we had the MCE channel. I still have the MC channel when we were together doing the MC channel.
yeah,
And we struggled to get there. Um, and then when this channel, when I started doing this one, I didn't have it never had the thought of like if it blows up, what's going to happen, all this other
yeah,
stuff. I kind of just started doing the Star Wars stuff because I enjoyed that more than having everything else. This is like my favorite part of it. So
yeah,
yeah, when it hit 50,000, dude, I was like, I remember like going out to my wife and be like, I can't believe I'm at 50,000, babe. And she's like, what?
yeah.
It's awesome, bro. I feel like the next goal, right? I got to get to 100,000. That's the main one. But
Yeah, so you're halfway to a silver play button. I'm pretty sure you thought about that silver play button and where you would put it in your background, right?
yeah, I have. Would we lying if I said I didn't? Yeah. So
Oh, man. So, like, I mean, there's a chance you could hit that this year if you're going at the same rate you've been doing the past 10 months. Like, you could be going into like Christmas, like at 100K.
yeah, I know. I don't want to like think too hard on it because I don't want to jinx it,
No, of course, of
You know,
course.
my wife is like, positive thoughts, write it on a piece of paper, stick it under your pillow, wish for it, it'll happen type
Yeah.
of thing. So I feel like she's doing that for me. So, I
Uh-huh.
love my wife for that. But for me, it's like I'm trying to be like, okay, I always focus more on the type of content that I'm putting out
Mhm.
and, trying to find a way to improve on what I do. The last video that I did, I look it over and I'm like, oh, I should have done this. And I could have added this to it. I could add this little flair to it to make it a little better. So I try to
Yeah.
add to that on the next video. And that's really what I do. I try to just take it at a video at a time. So
Nice. So, with all this growth, I know you work with like a lot of brands, right? Like with
mhm.
sabers, with statues and stuff. So, like for those brand deals and stuff like that, like how did that come up? Like, was it you reaching out to people? Did they reach out to you? Was it a combination?
No, mostly they reached out to me. The lightsaber stuff, I ordered. Well, no, what did happen with the lightsabers? I got a couple of Disney sabers, and I did some videos on those. And then I was reached out to by one lightsaber company, and they're like, "Would you like to take a look at this?" So
Hmm.
they sent me a lightsaber, and I did a video on it, and then shortly after that, another one hit me up, and then another one hit me up, and you know, it doesn't happen as often as you think, but
Yeah.
it's cool when it does. So yeah.
Nice. And besides lightsabers, who else do you like work with?
Um, what else do I work with? Gentle Giant
Oh,
they're not a like a major sponsor, but they do pass stuff along to me that I could use as giveaways, and I could do reviews for and stuff like that. I had Zach, who's
nice.
on the show, and I've interviewed him a few times. And he's real cool, and I like the product.
Yeah.
Generally when I work with these companies, even the lightsaber companies, when they hit me up and they say, hey, would you like to take a look at the lightsaber? The first thing I tell them is, I need to see it, and the video that you're gonna get is not gonna be like I never tell them that, hey, you send me the lightsaber and I'm gonna give you a good review. Most of the time I tell them, if you send me this lightsaber, there's a good chance that one, I may not do the video, because if I see it and I don't like it, I'm not gonna do the video on it. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be like, hey, this is not good, and I'll probably try to send it back. But so I have to see it and I have to like it. If I like it, then I'm gonna talk about it at that point, and then we can work from there. But most of it I just try to like, get my own stuff. It's because, that way nobody tells me, what
Yeah.
I can say or can't say. And I never take anybody telling me that, it's turning into a bad thing. So
No, for sure. Yeah, like me too. Like if companies hit me up, the first thing I do is I'll look on YouTube to see other kind of videos and like would I even want to associate my like myself, my brand, my name with that,
right.
depending on who else has covered it. So like I think one that hit me up, I think it was N Sabers. I think you've done some for N Sabers, right?
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So I saw that. I'm like, all right, if he could do it, yeah, I trust them
Yeah.
then. So yeah. Now I'm the same way too, because like I don't want them to send me a product that sucks and they're like, oh, you have to say this, and that. Like, no, bro, hell no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna keep it like 100, like no matter who it is, whatever company it is. So
Yeah. That's good.
hell yeah. So next thing I want to get into, and this probably might be a long one, but conventions, bro. So we'll start most recently with MegaCon since we were both there. I met you there in person.
Yeah.
It was fun hanging out. Now, clearly, that was not your first MegaCon.
No.
How many MegaCons have you been to?
This is number 6, I think, or 7, maybe more. I think I lost
Yeah.
count. I was going to MegaCon before I even started shooting videos,
Oh, okay.
So my daughter's 9. So the first one that I went to, she was like, no, even I think the one year before that, but the one that I went to with her, she was like 2 when I brought her there. So yeah, it's been
Ooh.
like a good 7 years or more of doing that one.
What'd you think of so since you've been to so many, you've seen the progression.
Yeah.
What'd you think of this last MegaCon, like your experience there, especially compared to every other time you've been to?
It was the biggest one yet. It was the most wild one too.
Yes.
I would equate this to San Diego Comic-Con. That my
Right?
The only thing that was missing from this one, and we had Gundam that showed up,
Yes.
was
That's
more vendors. If we had a couple of vendors show up, like Gentle Giant pull up a booth in there, or Iron Studios or one of those guys, this would have
Lego,
been just like San Diego
Hasbro,
Comic-Con.
Funko.
Yeah, something like that. They need to come to MegaCon. MegaCon has gotten bigger. It's definitely not what it was the first time I went. I mean, the first time I went, it was, you have your local stores and, some celebrities. Now we're getting like some big celebrities, and
Yes.
it's crazy who's coming to these cons right now. I'm running across, one side to the other to go meet Tamora Morrison and go meet.
Yeah.
So it was great, man. It's got me this week wanting to get the VIP passes, man. They sold me on that.
Yeah.
So,
No, I know. And oh shoot, now that you say that, I think it's 2 weeks is when they go on sale too.
Tuesday, what I heard. This coming Tuesday.
Oh, that's shit. Yeah, I gotta write that down on the calendar
Right?
because I have to get VIP, man.
Yeah.
Seeing Eben and Sean just at the front of every line, those spoiled bastards.
Yeah,
Love
man.
you guys, but damn, I gotta get that. And it's so funny you said that it felt like San Diego Comic-Con. I never been to San Diego, but I've been to New York Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And like to me, MegaCon literally feels like those to me are the biggest conventions. And MegaCon is at that level attendance and space wise, but it's just missing your Gentle Giants, your Sideshow, your Funko, your Lego, your Hasbro. So like if those people start coming, it's the equivalent of those hands down.
Exactly, man. I can't wait for it to do that. I'm hoping that every year so far, this is the first one, right? We got Gundam to show up, which was cool.
Yeah.
Had a great presence for cosplay. The cosplay was awesome this year.
Yeah.
And then you had a lot of great celebrities show up. So it 3 things there that hit really well. So I'm hoping this next year they're going to step it up some more, maybe get another vendor to come in. I'm thinking about getting a booth next year. So
Nice.
we'll see. Yeah.
And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna sell stuff at that booth?
Like yeah, man. I've been. So I draw a little bit. So I've been creating some art prints, some artwork of my own, t-shirts, and then my friend, NYC.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do the booth with me, and then he's thinking about having some pieces there so that people could see his work as well. So it's gonna be kind of like a collaboration right there. I'm trying to talk Eben into doing the same thing, is because the one thing I like about the whole idea is not so much of the thing of being able to sell stuff to people. It's having like a base to come to,
drop your stuff off.
Exactly, in that mess.
And you'll have the exhibitor badge, so you get in early before everybody has too. Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking we're already looking into it, and so it's a good possibility that I'm probably gonna have a booth there next year. So it'll be cool.
Nice. Yeah, seeing that Gundam booth, because I went to New York Comic Con not last year, I think it was the year before that. And like that booth is always at New York Comic Con. So I
Yep.
saw it there. So seeing it here in Orlando, I was like, man, this is heading to the right direction. And like
Man.
the fact, isn't it kind of early for them to be selling tickets already for the next one?
I think it is. I think this is like the early VIP sales, which end up like almost selling out right from the get go. So it leaves very little for the guys who haven't gotten it before.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, so we need to talk to Evan. That's what
No, yeah. Evans, send us that link, bro.
yeah,
Come
man.
on. So besides MegaCon, what other conventions have you been to?
San Diego Comic Con, New York Comic Con. I went to one in Philadelphia, although I can't remember the name of that one. Those are the major. Oh, I've also been to Wonder Festival in Japan. Went to
Oh
Tokyo.
shit.
That was cool. That was a hell
Yeah.
of an experience. So that was back when I was with MCE and
Mhm.
Figurama Collectors. I did a review on their Thor statue, which was not Thor from Marvel. It was Thor from IDW. You know
Yeah.
what that one is?
Mhm.
Like this undead Thor zombie.
Yeah.
So I did a like it was at San Diego Comic Con. I did a little video of it because it looked cool. And they hit me up and they're like, "Oh, we're so happy that we like your products or like our products and everything. And how would you feel like about coming to Tokyo?" And I was
Oh
like, I would
shit.
feel really good about coming to Tokyo. I was like,
Yeah.
So my brother and I, we were, he was working with us back then with MCE, and he was like, "Let's do this, man." So we worked it out. They paid for me to go out there, so we went out to go check out
Wow.
the event, and I got to see some really awesome anime statues, and I got to see awesome anime cosplay and other types of statues that don't make it to the States. Like Prime One Studios was there. That
Yeah.
was really cool. And yeah, it was a hell of an experience, man. So I got to go out there 4 times. So
To Tokyo?
mhm.
Damn. So you got to speak Japanese then by now.
Yeah, I wish.
A little bit, right? You know some key
Yeah,
phrases?
yeah, like origato and what was the other one? Konnichiwa. I know those. But
Oh, that
food's
is
good.
so crazy. So all 4 times they basically paid to bring you out there?
Yeah, they paid for the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've never been to a Star Wars celebration before?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I've been to Star Wars Celebration too. Yeah, I went to
Which ones?
Celebration in both times in Orlando, and then the one in Anaheim was the last one that I went to.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember seeing your video from Anaheim of the Sideshow booth, because Sideshow had that
Yeah,
big ass, like, outdoor booth.
yeah,
Yeah, then they had everything early and, like, dope ass displays.
yeah,
So, that's crazy. I'm surprised I didn't see you out there. I was out there too for Anaheim.
yeah. I got sick
So
while I was out there. It sucked.
oh,
So sick
yeah,
while I was out there. But man, I had such a blast. It was the first celebration that I'd gone to since Orlando. So I think Orlando, the last time was 2016.
2017 was yeah,
2017.
Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the last time was that one. And I think that was the first time that I introduced the collecting news. And I was there and I filmed a bunch of things. And I was like, okay, these are the new things that are coming on. I did this whole like news segment where I
Mhm.
pretended like I was, like official ABC News or something,
Yeah.
and talking about the pieces. And people dug that show. So that spawned the whole collecting news. But then we didn't have another celebration. The next one I think was in Chicago. I couldn't afford to go.
2019.
Yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't afford to go to that one. I couldn't go to afford to go to Europe. And then the one in Anaheim came about, and my buddy hits me up, and he was working with the not Figurama. What is the other one? The little pins. Um, Fig Pin.
Fig Pin. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was working with Fig Pin. So he told me, hey, I can get you passes into Anaheim. Can you get out here? So then I was
Mm.
like, absolutely. So I just I put some word in that I had to get out.
Yeah.
And bought my tickets, ended up in California. And then the first day of the event, I got super freaking sick, dude. And
Mhm.
so I'm there filming and I'm muscling through it, bro. Did all the boot tours, did cosplay videos, did all the things that I normally do.
Yeah.
Then I get back home and I found out that I caught the vid, bro. And I was like, bro,
Ooh.
quarantined for like a week and a half afterwards.
Yeah.
And I feel real bad. It's because I imagine I probably passed it along to people while I was there at the con. So if I did, I'm sorry to you people. But yeah, it was I muscled through it, dude. And I'm looking forward to the next one. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to swing going to Japan again.
Yes, you could do it, bro. You already went 4 times.
I
You can
know.
do it. We're all going. Like, you're gonna be at home watching all of us. Like, just
do it, right?
You can just do it, man. Like, the only thing that sucks to go out there is just that flight, man. That flight from Florida to there is like 1,700, which is crazy. But after that, everything is dirt cheap. I've been like, since London, when they announced that it was Japan, I've been researching nonstop. So like, hotels, food, travel while you're there is insane cheap, man. It's crazy. So hopefully soon, maybe in the next couple of months, we'll get info on when tickets go on sale. It should be June of this year. So this June is when tickets should go on sale for Japan Celebration, and it's only 3 days. It's a short one,
right?
So
yeah, I gotta see if I can pull it off. It's that flight. It's not so much of the expense of the flight. It's the feeling of the flight.
I know.
It's something else, dude. The last time that I went, I was flying. I was always fly coach, because it's just I can't even afford moving up on those flights. But I got bad luck, and I was stuck on the flight there with both legs with the most massive guys, that were crutching me into my chair.
Oh man!
So by the time I made it there, I was so claustrophobic, and then I I told the guys, I was like, hey, like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this next year. I need a break.
Yeah.
So and the flight back was the same way. I got saddled with another set of huge, massive guys. Seemed to be like everybody in the military was flying that weekend.
What airline did you fly?
I think it was United.
Oh,
one of those. I can't remember which one it was at this point. It was a long time ago.
So I've been watching tons of YouTube videos on flights to Japan and seats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing ANA Airlines because it's an airline that's mainly just goes to Japan,
right?
And like, their coach seats are way bigger than regular coach in the United States because it's basically an international flight, and they also have seats where it's just like 2. So like, I'm flying with my brother, so it's gonna be me and my brother next to each other, no sitting in the middle between 2 big guys like you. Like, it'll be like that.
Oh, that's cool.
So look into that, because like ANA Airlines, like, the seats are bigger. You get 2 free luggages both ways, which is clutch.
Right.
So that's what I'm gonna book whenever the flights go on sale. I think like maybe the end of the month or next month, you can start booking the flights to Japan.
Is it a direct flight for you?
Nah, hell no, bro. There's no direct flights. So some of the ones I were looking at, it all stops in the East Coast. So I think one of the ones I looked at, it was from Orlando to Chicago,
right?
And then you're in Chicago for like an hour or 2, and then from Chicago to Tokyo was 13 hours straight. That's there.
Not bad,
So that's not that bad, because So
for me it was here to West Palm to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta it was a direct to Japan from there.
Yeah.
So, it was a ride. That was like 15 hours.
So, yeah, man. Once the flights go on sale, I'm gonna make a video, and I'm gonna be hitting everyone up like, hey, you could book your flight. Start looking at it now. That way people could start thinking about it, start budgeting and stuff, because you don't want to do it last minute and get stuck in the middle, man, because that will be a terrible trip. You know how that is.
Yeah.
So
it's rough.
At Anaheim, did you go to the red carpet premiere of Kenobi?
I didn't, man. I couldn't get in. I tried to get the thing, but I couldn't. I ended up, first of all, like I said, I was sick. I was watching Kenobi from in the bed. Yeah, that first day, because I was like, I was there filming, everything was good, and then it's like in one shot, I started feeling the headache, the feverish feeling.
Yeah.
And the kind of the sniffles, but behind the mask. So I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I could deal.
Mm-hmm.
Did all my stuff. And then by the time I got back to the room, I couldn't even like keep my eyes open. So it's like I was watching it from my iPad, from the room, and I had to get up next morning early and watch it again. But but the real reason why I didn't go to the red carpet premiere because I couldn't get that was a lottery system to get that, right?
So you had to be at the Lucasfilm Showcase panel that morning. They gave you a gold wristband to get in, but I don't know if you know Jose at General Kenobi's bunker. He was there. This mofo snuck in. He got in, and like I think when I had him on Sith Talk, he told a story. I think he just was standing there and just talking to everybody trying to get in. And eventually he like somehow he got in. I forgot how he did
Nice.
it, but he just kept persevering and his ass got in. So luckily I went to that panel because if not, I probably wouldn't have been able to go. But that panel, bro, I probably almost cried 2-3 times during that panel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that panel started off. There was a live orchestra there singing Duel of the Fates, which is my favorite song.
Nice.
So I was like, oh shit. Right. And then as soon as they finished, out of nowhere, Hayden and Hewan walk on stage. And Hayden was a surprise because we knew Hewan was going to be there, but Hayden wasn't confirmed.
Right.
So they both come out and they're like, we want to invite all you guys to come back tonight for the red carpet and watch Kenobi with us. So we were hyped from that.
Yeah.
Then a little bit later, all of a sudden, the stage just lifts and rotates, and John Williams with his orchestra is there, and they start doing a bunch of songs, and I'm like, holy shit, John Williams, which was crazy. So he did like Indiana Jones, he did the Imperial March, he did Kenobi's theme for the first time, which we heard it there, which was cool. And right in the middle of him doing this, Harrison Ford just walks out on stage because it was his birthday. It was John Williams' birthday. So I'm listening to John Williams. I'm seeing freaking Han Solo walk out in front of my face.
Yeah.
It was just mind-blowing. And then we got the trailers for Acolyte, for Skeleton Crew, for Andor, for Bad Batch, for Ahsoka. We got all those trailers. Like when I left that panel, I was like, that was too much. Like
Total
it was
nerdgasm.
insane. Yeah, man. And like, and I had a 4-day pass, but last minute my boy got us a great deal on Jedi passes, VIP.
Oh, cool.
So my 4-day pass, you have to enter the raffle to get into that panel. I lost every panel raffle with my 4-day pass.
Oh, man.
So if I didn't have VIP, I would not have gotten into any panel, and I would have missed like a once in a lifetime experience.
So VIP gets you into those panels guaranteed. You don't have to do the raffle.
Guaranteed. Yep.
Oh shit. Then yeah, if I'm gonna do Japan, I'll buy VIP then. Because Japan's gonna be big, dude. I mean, the crowd there is a lot of people.
It is, because it hasn't been to Japan since like I think it was 2008 or 2006. It was there, and like you got to think the announcements we're gonna get. Like there's gonna be Ahsoka season 2 stuff, probably Mando movie trailer, probably Filoni movie info, new shows. So we're gonna get some crazy stuff out there. Yeah, VIP is a must. I know. I got a guy that might be able to help get VIPs, hopefully, when these tickets go on sale.
All right.
I'll keep you in the loop too. But yeah, VIP is a must because you get in a half hour early before everybody, so you don't have to wake up early to get there to line up to get in. So you get in at 9:30, you could go get whatever exclusives you need. The Celebration Show store that always has that crazy line.
Mm-hmm.
You have like a Disney like lightning lane fast pass. You just walk right in. And then like you get discounted in there. So the VIP for Celebration, if you can afford it, makes the trip like next level, man.
Nice. At this point, man, I'm doing that for every con. Like we're going to the ICCC.
ICCC, baby.
Yeah,
October.
we're doing that. And I bought VIP for that.
Hell yeah.
You know, I'm not wasting any more time. I mean, I do get press passes, but
yeah,
you know, press passes just get you free entry. You don't really get in early. You know.
Yep.
You may be able to get to interview somebody, but I don't know if press passes really gives you that much special treatment other than just being able to get in early or get free entry.
Yeah, so, it's basically free entry, but yeah, for Japan, I have to get VIP, man. Like it's gonna be crucial, man.
That
like,
convention center is dope. Do you already know where you're gonna be staying?
Yes. So when I first go, I'm getting a hotel that's in the center of Tokyo for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to Osaka for like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I come back, I'm getting the hotel in Chiba, which is where the convention center
is, right?
Because I want my.
Go ahead.
Because I want my hotel literally walking distance to the show. Because that way, if I want to leave and drop stuff off, if I want to go take a power nap, if I want to go take a big shit, I can just leave real quick.
Yeah.
So there's like 10 hotels that are within a half a mile of the Makuhari Misi Convention Center.
Right.
Yeah.
I stayed at the one that was directly across the street from the convention center. And it's a nice hotel. I think I forgot it's Makuhari something.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's the closest one. It's like 0.25 miles.
Yeah.
I think that's the one I want to go for because it's the closest one to the convention center.
It's great. And the rooms are a good size.
Yeah.
There's other ones that I've stayed at there too that the rooms are a little smaller.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just doesn't matter if you're staying by yourself, but if you go with a group, then it could get really tight really fast.
Oh, yeah, no, it's me and my brother are
Okay.
splitting the room, so, yeah, I noticed that too, because some of the other hotels in Tokyo and Osaka, like, they're, like, tiny ass rooms, man, like, we're
Tiny.
regular size, like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the first time I saw that, I didn't know it. I kind of made fun of it a little bit and then I felt bad afterwards. You know, because I walk in, I was like, because the first time we went, I went with my brother and we had this room that looked like a freaking presidential suite. It was huge, man. And it was
Yeah,
like, my brother and I were cool. We had a view of the city, you know, and then we went to go do our thing. The next time I went, I brought one of my friends with me,
mhm.
and then they put us in the same room and they put us in one of these tiny rooms. So I go in there and I look at the room and I come back downstairs to the guy. I was like, can you get him a room? I'm like, this is too tight for two guys. I'm
Yeah.
like, he's my boy. He's not my brother. I'm like, so yeah. So no, but yeah, it was the other, it's, yeah, the best way I could put the size of the rooms, it's like going on a cruise type of room.
Oh, and that's, like, tiny,
Yeah, they're
man.
small, man. Yeah. So
Damn. So, ICC-Con, that's gonna be your next convention this year?
the next one is Wonder Festival. It's a modeling convention that's in Kentucky, I think is where it is.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going with Evan. So there's gonna be a lot of guys from from like ILM and or who worked at ILM anyway. You know, and then
Oh,
other people doing like the ships and stuff like that. So
so
big on
those
that.
kind of models. When you said modeling
Nah, nah,
convention,
nah, nah, nah.
in my mind, I'm like, "Wait, he's gonna go cover, like, models?"
Yeah. Bunch of toy licks. Nah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no,
So,
like ships and stuff.
ICC-Con, this will be your first time then, right?
Yeah, it'll be my first time.
Man,
I heard it's a blast, bro.
you're gonna be hooked. So, 2 years ago, I was watching Mike's video, OG Geek's video when he went, and I was like, "Yo, that looks amazing." So, I went last year, and as soon as I walked in, after 5-10 minutes, I'm like, "Yo, I'm coming to this every year." It literally feels like Star Wars Celebration, but just cheaper and more affordable.
Okay.
It's
I
literally
like that.
the same thing. The quality of everything there, like, I was seeing old ass stuff, and, like, everything is decent prices. They'll work with you, and on the last day, man, freaking they work with you, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So, like, when I went, I met the Rebels crew, so I got pretty much all these autographs
Wow.
from Zeb, Hera, Sabine, and Ezra. Those 4 voice actors in 30 minutes.
That's in 30 minutes?
In 30 freaking
That's
minutes.
unreal, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, bro.
I literally got one autograph, went down to the next one, like all in a row. It's crazy. And like I've told the story a million times, but me, Joe at JMC Collects, and Jose at General Kenobi's bunker, we were just standing there, and there was nobody at Ian McDermott's table. Emperor was sitting there by himself. So Jose was like, "Man, I'm gonna go talk to him." So he went over there, got an autograph. He's there chopping it up with the emperor for a little
That's
bit. So
cool.
like when have you ever seen a convention like that where you could get 4 autographs in a half hour? And when I did Zeb's autograph, I told him because that was right after his episode of Mando dropped when Zeb was in Mando.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Man, it was great seeing you in Mando. Like my reaction was crazy. Can I show you?" He was like, "Yeah, of course." So I was able to take my cell phone out, show him my reaction video real quick, the clip where I like had a heart attack, like Zeb, holy shit, it's Zeb. Like I was shocked.
Right.
And like when can you do that and show them that and not
Right.
get yelled at, put your phone away or anything like that?
That's awesome, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. I'm really looking forward to that one, bro. It's that one I heard because I think Seth went to the last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he went when OG Geek was there that same year, 2
Right.
years ago.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
remember Seth hates flying. So me and him, when we go to cons, it's an adventure. It's because the dude does not like to fly to cons, so it's always a drive, you know. And so we went to Toylanta
Mhm.
one year, which that's an awesome con. It sounds a lot like
Yeah.
what you're describing ICCC to be like, but except this one was not a Star Wars centric convention.
Yeah.
But the prices were reasonable. You know, you could talk to people normally. You know, it wasn't like these long lines for anything. So that was really cool. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one, especially since we don't have Celebration this year. You know.
Yeah.
So,
No, it'll be a blast. And then like I don't know if you saw OG's video but like the hotel, the lobby swaps and the room sales. Have you seen
Yeah,
that stuff?
I did see that. Yeah, yeah.
Bro, when I went, like, so first we went to Joe's hotel room and we were pre-gaming there, right? Just chilling. So then we went across the street to the hotel. We walked in, right? In the lobby, there's like it's like a bunch of tables, and everyone is just buying, selling, trading. And there's like some high-end stuff there. Like this dude had a graded Falcon from the 80s for like 25,000. Dude in the corner had a sail barge. Like there was like some high-end stuff in there and a bunch of like cheap stuff. This one dude had a bunch of signs from Chicago Celebration, like where you go to line up, like 88 line here, and like Jose bought a couple of them because that was his first celebration. So
Yeah.
like you find the craziest stuff there. There was another couple there. I was talking to them, and we started talking about Anaheim Celebration, and they're like, "Yeah, that I was at they said they were at the Kenobi, the red carpet, that they were front row." And I was like, wait, I was there. I was front row. So I looked at my video on my phone because I did like a little selfie showing like that I was in the front.
In your video?
And when I looked, they were right there. I was like, holy shit, is that you? Like, what a small world.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that was dope. It was completely packed, stuff in box, loose figures everywhere. And then that was like an hour or two. And then once they closed down, you go to the elevator, and by the elevator door, there's a list of what floors and what rooms are doing the room sales. So you go to that floor. When you walk out, you walk down the hallway. The doors are propped open, and you just walked in. It was so weird the first time walking into like a stranger's hotel room, but there's stuff all laid out on the beds, on the counter. This one dude legit had a store in his room, shelves everywhere, had lighting, extra lighting in there so you could see everything. It was crazy, man.
That's awesome, bro. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one, man. So Atlanta had the same thing. They had a lobby swap, and then they had the
room sales.
The room sales, right?
Yeah.
So we were like in the elevator, and I think Seth was selling like a Hulk figure. Somebody bought the Hulk figure. It was the weirdest thing, man.
In the elevator?
Cool. In the elevator, yeah. You know,
what?
Dude was like, "What are you doing with that thing?" He's like, "Well, I'm selling it." He's like, "What should we be selling it for?" He's like, "Sold, man." Dude bought it, and I was like, "Wow!"
What?
I was like, "That was cool." You know, and so we were basically like selling stuff that we didn't want at that point. We make a little bit of cash, then go downstairs and go find other deals for things. I bought a good Fortuna that weekend.
Nice.
I bought a Commander Gree and a Gamorrean Guard. All of the Sideshow 6-scale figures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so the Gamorrean Guard and the Gree were really difficult. Those were hard to get. So that when I saw them there, they were priced decently. I picked them up.
Yeah, I'm so hyped for this because I'm gonna come prepared. Like I'm gonna have cash on me. That way you could just lowball everybody, because like you never know. And on the last day, Joe got the craziest deals. I think his birthday was coming up, but I feel like all 3 days he was telling everyone it's for his birthday when he was trying to get deals. So like the last day, this dude had 2 Razor Crests, brand new in the shipper, sealed, and they were like $550, which isn't even that bad.
Not bad.
No. So on the last day, he got it for, it was either $350 or $375, and I was like, Joe, that's retail plus tax and shipping. It's like you just bought it from Hasbro.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's incredible, man. Especially at that time, because last year they were selling for like $750 or something for those pieces.
Exactly. So like stuff like that. So when I go, there's one gunship that I'm hunting. It's the TVC gunship with the big ball turrets. That's the last one I need. There's 7 total gunships that Hasbro's made. I have six of them. I just need that last one. Then I have every freaking gunship. J2SO just sold me one of the ones that I needed. I think it's either a Walmart or Target exclusive, I forget, gunship that has Salacious Crumb bomber on the front, and it's the gunship that the door closes all the way. So he just didn't really have space for it, and he blessed me with it. So nice. one more away.
That's cool, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah,
man. I wish I still collected more of the TVC stuff. It's because they do make really awesome ships. You know, their ships are they're reasonably priced. They look great. A little bit, you can customize them even a little bit, and they look even better. Like the Slave One, that thing is an incredible ship that they made, man. So
where the hell? Oh, you can't see. It's right here next to Yoda. Right there. That's the Slave One right there. Yeah.
I can't see it from there. But yeah, I know what you mean.
I love that thing. So
Yeah.
I think that was 2019 when it dropped.
Mhm.
That was the first like newer TVC thing I bought. So I bought that because it's freaking the Slave One. You have to get that. I love
Yeah.
Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So after I
Now,
bought it, huh?
I got a funny story about that one. When go ahead and you do
Okay,
what
okay.
all right.
So when I bought it, I'm like, well, I gotta buy a Boba Fett to put
Yeah.
inside. So I ordered one, but I ordered the wrong one. I think that one's Empire, and I ordered Return of the Jedi. So then I ordered the correct one, but then when I got it, I'm like, man, this card back is beautiful. I'm gonna order another one so I could open one and keep this one carded.
Right.
And then it just started from there. So like my whole wall is full of like TVC on cards. I got a bunch loose. It's a terrible addiction because you don't buy one at a time. You get two of them, and it's just it's crazy.
Yeah. When I got the Slave One, so that thing dropped in 2019, but it was sold out everywhere. But
Yeah.
back then back then collecting was different. Everybody was just buying everything that came out as sell out fast. Now it's like it doesn't seem like it does that as much anymore. But anyway, so we go in lockdown, and I find that a Best Buy has it in Fort Lauderdale, which is from me is about an hour and a half away from here, right? So I'm like, fuck, I gotta get this thing, man.
Yeah.
So, I hit up Seth. I'm like, bro, I want to get these. Like, well, I'll just drive down there and get it. Like, it'll be gone by then, man. I was like, I gotta go get it. I gotta get it now. And it's like 8:00 in the morning, right? When I find out about this stuff, I was like, yo, I'm gonna call you from my work line. So I transferred my phone to my work phone at work.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I told my boss, hey, I gotta go to the store real quick, but I'm gonna be on the phone connected. So he's like, all right. I didn't tell him where I was going. So hour and a half drive down, get to the Best Buy, waiting there to open it up. And Seth is with me the whole freaking way talking to me this thing, to make sure that the line is still showing green that I'm on a call, right?
Yeah.
Just so that I could get this ship, man. So I brought it back, and man, bro, when I unboxed that thing, I was like, this is incredible, man. It was so worth the risk, bro. It was great. I love that ship. So
yeah. So the recent HasLab, the Ghost, did you back the Ghost or no?
I didn't, man. It's because I have the Millennium Falcon. I actually have 3 Millennium Falcons. I got the Hasbro one. I got the one that I built from Diagostini. So I built one and painted one. That's the one that's on display right now. And then I also have the Lego UCS.
Oh God, you have no space. How do you have 3 Falcons?
Because I love the Falcon. That's like my favorite ship, bro. So I first got the Lego UCS, and I got that one on a deal. I bought it used on eBay, and somebody had put it all back in the bag after they disassembled it, put everything back into the bags. They assured me that every piece was there. And I was like, okay, I took a chance. I think I spent like $450 or $500 at the time.
Oh, it's like half the price.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't that bad. So I get it, put the whole thing together like in a week. Every piece was there. So it was straight, right? So then so I'm like, oh, this is great. So then I go to display it, and it's a difficult chip to display. It's because you're worried about it breaking. I bought that Lego frame that holds it up on its side so that I could keep it on its side.
Yeah.
So I got that. And then just as soon as I get done building it, they have there was like a May the 4th sale at Diagostini where you get like $200 or $300 off their model kit for the Falcon. So I start ordering that one, and then it took 2.5 years to get all the parts.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a long haul. So when I finally got it, it took me like 4 months to put it together, paint it, and do the whole thing. And then after that was done, that Falcon looks like the one from the movie. I love it. So I disassembled the Falcon, put that all back in the box, and then I bought the other one, the Hasbro one, is because that was a Target exclusive.
Yeah.
Remember? And
yeah.
You couldn't find that thing anywhere, man. And I hate going to Target.
I tried so hard, bro. It's impossible to find that thing.
It was, man. So I got Bricklink, or I think BrickSeek. I can't remember what the name of the website was anymore, because I don't do the toy hunt thing as much anymore. BrickSeeker.
Yeah.
So I went, and they said that they had 2 at the local Target right here by me. So I was like, called my job. I was like, I'm going on break. Went for a ride to Target, right? So I go to Target. I'm looking for it. It's nowhere to be found. And I'm like, you say you guys got 2 of them. And like, what are you looking for? Showed them. Nah, we can't find them. We don't know where it is. So I'm leaving upset, defeated, feel like, it's not there. And somebody put the boxes with the like camping equipment.
Oh,
I'm walking out. I see like a tent, and then right there by the tent is the box. And I was like, oh,
What?
you know, so I go and grab one and I go out and I brought it home. So yeah, dude, that's my baby. I like that shit.
So you just found that by accident?
Yeah. Well, by Brickseek, but yeah.
No,
I'm
but
Navy
yeah, like
Wild.
what?
Yeah.
But you were literally walking out, and it was in the
Yeah.
wow. That is crazy, man.
Yeah. So I'm
Yes.
holding on to that one because I heard that the guy died like shortly thereafter, the guy that made it.
Oh.
So yeah. So it's like he was, you know, that the guy was, I can't remember his name at the moment. Because I'd said it in the video when I was doing my review on it at that time. But you know, he was the one that made the original Hasbro Falcon. You know, the one that came out back in what was
Oh.
it, the 70s? No,
Yeah.
the 70s or early
Yeah.
80s. Yeah, so he made the first one, and this was his last one. And then he retired at that point, and then he died recently. But yeah,
Wow.
so I'm holding on to that one. So it's got some sentimental value to it.
So I did back the Ghost because like I'm a sucker for Hasbro ships.
Yeah, they're good.
I don't know where the hell I'm gonna put it because it's like 3 feet by like 3 feet. Weren't you at
I was
San
there.
Diego? Yes, yes.
I was there when they brought it out.
Yeah. So wow. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think yours was the first video I saw of the actual thing because you were there as the dude was bringing it out. So
Yeah.
and you were one of the few. What was that like seeing that bad boy in person?
Oh, dude. So I thought that they were gonna announce it at the Hasbro. They had a Hasbro release event or like a panel, right?
Yeah.
So I went and stood in line for the panel. I sat through that, you know, and they didn't reveal shit. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I know this is coming. I'm like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I know this is coming. So we're about ready to walk out, and I'm passing the Hasbro booth, and I start seeing the crowd start to form, you know. So I was like, it's got to be this. So I come over, like they're about to show the Ghost, and they're like, yeah, it's about to come. So he's like, you have a, you know, he's like, you know, what do you do? I was like, I got a Star Wars channel. He's like, then you need to get in there, man. And this guy like pushed me forward, right?
Yeah.
So I'm there with the camera above everybody, and then the guy
Yeah.
walks out, you know, and I'm stretching, dude. It's because the people in front of me were tall, so I'm like on my tippy toes, with
Yeah.
the camera way up in the air, you know, aimed down, trying to catch the footage of it. And then I finally eventually got my way to walk in to get up close to it. But dude, it's an incredible looking ship. I want to back it. It's just, it's so big.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So the Falcon is huge. That thing is bigger than the Falcon. You know?
I know. I have no idea. I'm gonna worry about that when I unbox it because, like, I might do a live unboxing whenever it arrives because I know I'm gonna be too hyped, too excited. I'm gonna want to rip it open and not wait to make a formal video.
Yeah.
So I'll probably do that live. And like the 4 carded figures, I'm gonna send right away to get graded. I'm gonna have
that's a good idea.
all those figures graded. And I already bought like the older Hasbro 3 3/4 Rebels figures from like 2005, 2006. So I have the entire Ghost crew already.
Nice.
So that way I can open those up, display them with it, and then the more limited carded ones have those graded. That way they never get touched. So
A good idea.
I'm pumped. I know it's gonna ship later this year. I just hope it ships before or after ICC Con. I don't want to be at ICC and that shit's just like outside my door for 3 days. I'm gonna be like, no, no. So
I know what you mean, bro. I hate when that happens. I hate when something comes in just as I'm leaving for a con. You know, that too. Because it's like it's sitting there. I know it's there, and then the whole time I'm there, I'm thinking I could be unboxing this right now.
Yeah,
you know, it's fun.
yeah. Hell yeah. All right. So the next thing, Bad Batch. So Bad Batch is playing right now.
Yeah,
I know you've been doing reactions to it and stuff. What have you thought about these first 4 episodes?
I love it, bro. I feel like this season is a lot more solemn. It's a lot more adult than it. And this is the thing that I told the guys over last season and maybe even season 1 that I felt there was a problem with Bad Batch was that it had like 2 audiences. You had the episodes that were more for kids, because I watch it with my daughter and she loved those episodes, like the stuff involving tech, you know, and some of the more goofier episodes, like she really liked those. But then last season they started to introduce these really dark undertones with Crosshair, you know, and everything that was going on, and she just couldn't understand it. But I was like, this is awesome, right? so I'm sitting there like, yeah, and she's like, what are we watching? But this season I finally feel like it's got a groove where every episode seems to flow right. And even if it's not like I want to say a filler episode, because I didn't feel like there hasn't really been one. But
Yeah.
if it feels a little bit like a filler, I still feel like there's a purpose to what they were doing. Like when the Bad Batch, when Hunter and Wrecker went to that planet and they ran into the younger clones.
Yep.
They were there because they needed information. So that's how I do that. Yeah, it kind of felt a little fillerish, but it's still that's what the purpose of that episode was. So so far every episode's been great. In the last episode, man, dude, that was emotional as hell in the last episode.
Yeah, that ending. So I'm literally the same as everything you said. So like the first 2 seasons, like it's like half and half. Like half of it is like really, really good lore filling stuff. That's like wow, adding stuff like Zillow Beast and like Dooku's castle, like crazy stuff. But then the other half is like Fat Mace Windu on the island. They're eating fruit. They're doing like another mission. Omega gets lost. They have to do a Sid mission. This season is completely different because it's so dark and it feels like everything has a purpose. So like episode 2 and 4, just like you said, I don't want to say it's filler. It felt kind of filler, but it was better than every other filler we ever got because it progressed the story along and there was important things in there that you needed. But I'm loving it so far. I could already tell this is going to be my favorite season of Bad Batch. And like we haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet. Yeah.
I'm really hoping that we get a Last Samurai kind of ending to this whole thing. Like I really want to see all of the clone troopers get together and battle against the new regime, right? In one final stand, and even if they go down, I want them to have that whole thing like it was a good day to die, and they just do their thing, that would be dope to see.
I think we'll get something like that, like a clone uprising. Because like what I want to happen, it's so dark, but it's possible. I want there to be like a clone uprising, and the clones are almost winning, and then Emperor sends Vader. Vader comes because clones can't mess with Vader, and he just slaughters the whole Bad Batch, and the screen turns black, and the season's over. And like maybe Omega could survive because I feel like Omega will survive. But do you think we're gonna get Vader?
I think so too. I think we will get Vader, especially after they made that model for the end of the Clone Wars. He's got to make he's got to make an appearance somehow in this whole thing because the Emperor already has. So the fact that the Emperor did, Vader's definitely going to be showing up. I think. I like that idea. That idea is pretty cool. That Vader puts the hammer down on everybody, goes at him like Saruman or something, just like totally wiping everybody out.
Yeah, like another Rogue One hallway scene, but animated with Vader, man. Woo. That's like just choking out Wrecker and then just cutting down Hunter.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That'd be vicious, man.
It would. Like I feel at least all of them have to die. Maybe one will survive in Omega, but I feel most of the Bad Batch is done, man.
Me too. I feel like a lot of the clones are going to die because you got to figure out when we get to Rebels, only 3 of them are in the battle, right? We got Rex, you got
and Gregor.
Wolf and Gregor, right?
Yeah.
So the others got to go. I'm hoping that we get Cody to come back.
Oh yeah,
that'll be cool to see. And so I really want to see the remaining clones that are out there go back to the mountain and try to release their brothers. Maybe succeed with that part of it, and then there's a battle against the new regime, and then you have that whole thing. Like they have the bigger guns, but we got the better, the smarter troopers, I guess. Experienced troopers, I guess is really a pretty better answer for that. But yeah, I think it's gonna be emotional as hell by the time we get to the end of this one. So, because they practically had me like watered up on the last episode.
I know that ending was so deep with Omega, and oh my god.
Yeah.
Now, I hope we get Cody back. I hope he doesn't die. What I want to happen is I want a spin-off show that shows Rex, Wolf, and Gregor, and how they make it to where they are in Rebels, because they all survive. Cool. They have to survive. We know they're in Rebels, so we know those 3 for a fact can't die. But like, what about Echo? We don't see Echo anywhere else. Is Echo gonna die? Is Cody gonna come back just to die? Or is the spinoff gonna be like those 3 plus Echo and Cody, all 5 of them going off on adventures? And I don't know, man. I have a feeling we're getting something. And like Asajj Ventress, what's your take on Asajj coming back?
Well, she's definitely coming back as a bounty hunter. And so I'm thinking that she's going to get hired by what's his name? Hemlock. Yeah. So I think that she's gonna get hired by him to hunt them down. So that's how she's gonna be introduced. My curiosity is, how are they gonna explain that book that they say that she died?
Dark Disciple. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you need to explain that. It's because you that part's written pretty in stone that she died. So I want to have at least some kind of explanation as to how she came back. What's the deal with the lightsabers? But yeah, I think she's basically going to be there as a bounty hunter. I'm kind of hoping that she turns sides, though.
Yeah,
because in the book she's with what's his name, right? With
Quinlan Vos,
Quinlan Vos, right? So it'd be cool to see Quinlan Vos. I don't know if we're gonna get him, but he's definitely alive at this point, because they show that in Kenobi.
Quinlan was here. And we never saw Quinlan the whole show. God damn it.
So it'd be cool if Quinlan comes into this at some point. But we already have a thing that she's kind of already, danced the line of being kind of good. Not being as evil as she has been. So I think it's possible that she may have some compassion for at least Omega.
So I think it was Carter from Blue Mamba. I had him a couple Sith Talks ago. He was like, what? And when he said this, it blew my mind. I'm like, yo, it's possible. What if we get a rematch? Because remember in Clone Wars, Asajj fought Anakin a ton of times.
Yeah.
What if she fights him again, but he's Vader this time, and their roles are reversed? Because she's more of like on the good side, and Vader's more on the dark side. Imagine that. She's the only one that could square up with him for a little bit. She can hang for a little bit, but then she has to dip because Vader will murk her.
Oh yeah, that would be freaking killer. That would be awesome if she jumps in to save the Bad Batch, maybe,
or save Omega, and like her, and then like Quinlan and Asajj take Omega to the path or somewhere away or something.
Yeah, that'd be definite end for Asajj Ventress. She wouldn't survive that,
but she kind of has to survive the show. So did you see what the voice actor for Asajj said on a podcast like 2 weeks ago?
No, I didn't catch that. What'd she say?
She was on a random podcast, and they were talking to her about, what was it hard to find the voice for Asajj after being away from the character so long, blah, blah, blah. So they're asking her stuff, and she was like, I could tell you something like this. She was like, and she was referring to Asajj's appearance in Bad Batch. She was like, just look at that as an appetizer, and that there's an entree and a dessert maybe coming. And it's like, holy shit. Because I already had theories in my mind about Asajj, but like, what if her and Bad Batch is the appetizer? What if the entree is, what if Tales of the Jedi Season 2 is about Asajj?
I'd be down for that.
That'd be that. And then what if the dessert is, if they do a spin-off show, you could do more Asajj in that. Or I always had a theory since the finale of Ahsoka, what if we get Asajj in live action? Because we know she's alive now. Thrawn is on Dathomir with a bunch of Night Sisters. Like, imagine if Thrawn hired Asajj. The reason I would love that, because it'd be so badass when Ahsoka pulls up on Thrawn and Asajj is there, because they've had so much beef in Clone Wars. They could do a lot of fun stuff with that.
Good. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
That would be cool to have her go that far. Be interesting too. So yes, then you would definitely need a lot of animated filler there to figure out how to get from there to there, because Ahsoka's a long ways from
after. Yeah. Way after.
But yeah, that would be awesome if she made it that far.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. So
on my mind right now.
Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about was future projects and what you're looking forward to. So like, I just mentioned Tales of the Jedi Season 2. Are you looking forward to that?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. When they announced that, I love Tales of the Jedi Season 1. That was perfect. Not so much Ahsoka, even though I love Ahsoka, because I mean her story was kind of okay. But the Count Dooku part.
Woo.
The Count Dooku was so good, man. And it's like, man, I wish they would have made that longer. I could have had like a whole other 5 episodes of just him, And
the Dooku blew my mind, bro.
The whole connecting everything. I love when they do that. But did you ever listen or read the book? What was it? Plagueis?
Oh, we just finished it, bro. That book, holy shit, bro. Oh, like why can't Disney do that? Just do that. Like, you have it there. That would blow my, like, I remember reading the one part when Plagueis was somewhere, and it was like, I think Sifo Dyas, the librarian lady, and maybe Qui-Gon. There were like 3 of them all there talking, and he just crept up on them and was like hiding that he's a Sith Lord talking to these 3 Jedi. Like, I visually, that would be a crazy scene. Like, that book is amazing.
And planting the whole plotting in that book was insane. The whole thing of, you know, putting Padme in the position that she was in, you know, all of the machinations that were going on behind the whole scenes, and then leading up into that whole thing of the Phantom Menace. I was like, whoa, you know. So when Count Dooku did that whole thing, or it didn't do the whole thing, but did a little bit of it, you know,
for Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, I was like, this is good. This is really good.
Yeah,
you know, I'm like, we need more of this. So yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to Tales of the Jedi season 2. I heard some rumors that they're thinking about doing an anthology series for that as well, where they would like focus on other things, like possibly like bounty hunters or Sith. You know,
yeah.
I'm also looking forward to Acolyte. Actually, you know, I was like, I really want to. I'm very hopeful for it at least. So I want to see some stories revolving around the dark side characters, man, as we always see about the Jedi. So
yeah, Acolyte, I'm hyped for. We saw the trailer at London Celebrate. Have you seen the leaked trailer on YouTube of it?
I've seen parts of it, bro, but it's like the angle's so bad and shit. Like, I've only caught like it looks very like Asian and not Asian inspired, but like samurai inspired sort of.
Yeah, it does. It feels like very samurai inspired / prequels inspired, because like there's a Jedi temple, a bunch of younglings training, a bunch of Jedi. Acolyte, it was originally 100 years before Phantom, but I think they switched it up to where it's 50 years now. Before Phantom Menace. I hope they take advantage of this, and they need to give us a nod to Plagueis.
They do.
Like, even if it's as simple as there's a crate in the back that says Damask holding on it, or they reference Damask, like, you know, his real name, Pigo Damask, or even if they just talk about him, or even at one point there were rumors that Plagueis is going to be there in the background running everything. Like in the book, he ran everything. So if they bring Plagueis in there and do it right, that shit would be wild. But they need to at least give a nod to him, because he is around lurking in this time.
Yep, they absolutely need to. I totally agree with that. And they don't. I think it's a fail on their part. Even if they did 100 years before, they should still have.
He's there. He's still there
somewhere. You know,
yeah,
somewhere. Even as a young guy, it'd be cool to see that. And so we're 50. I think that still may be too far in the past to see a young Palpatine, but it would be cool to see him too. You know, if they got further.
When Plagueis first met Palps, wasn't he like in his teens or early 20s, like at school? So like imagine if there's a scene and you see like a young Palps and Plagueis in the background, and they're just talking, like something like that would be just nuts. Another thing they kind of, I mean, they don't have to, but like they should. We kind of got to see Yoda, bro. This dude's 900. He's there. Or I need to at least reference, like, did Master Yoda okay this? Or like they need to name drop him at the very least.
Absolutely.
Like, so
do you think if they do that, they're going to use, like they did with Kenobi? You know how in the Kenobi series they use the mythos Kenobi style to create the outfit for him? What if they do the same thing for Yoda? Have him like he looks in that statue with the ponytail.
Yeah, bro. You know? I hope they do that.
Dope, right?
I would love that. I would love that. Yeah, that would be sick. I'm also looking forward to that Wookiee, because like at Celebration London, he came out on stage full Wookiee with his little man bun. He's got his little outfit. He's got his lightsaber. Like, it's going to be crazy to see a Wookiee ignite his saber, talk to them in Wookiee, and fight. So I'm looking forward to the show. Like, the rumor is June 5th that it might drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally looking forward to that. Andor season 2. As much as I wasn't, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of Andor.
Me neither.
But I'm still looking forward to season 2. I still want to see, you know, what happens next. I'm hoping more action, you know, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we saw the trailer for Andor season 2 at London as well. It looks a lot better than the first season, because the first season I wasn't the biggest fan. Put me to sleep. I think I liked 2 episodes out of the 12. And my favorite thing about Andor was the post-credit scene, seeing them build the Death Star.
Yeah.
Like that was like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
So the second season, it does look like it's going to be a lot better. So that'll be cool. Skeleton Crew, we saw the trailer. I kind of remember it. I'm sure it'll be okay, but I'm just curious because I think they pushed it back so much because they're redoing it, maybe to make it connect more with Mando or with Ahsoka. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on with that show, but um, I'm sure it'll be okay.
Right. Yeah, I haven't followed that one too much. I'm waiting for like something more to see, but it's like so far all I see is like these pictures and nothing's really connecting with me yet. But I'm one of these weird guys that watches pretty much everything. Like I
Mhm.
watch the original Ewok movies. I still watch the original Ewok movies. I wouldn't say they're the greatest, but I watch them because my kids. I mean, I like them and try to
Yeah,
pass
yeah,
them on
yeah.
to my kids. Um, and even things that I don't like Star Wars, I still watch it. Because
Mhm.
I love the franchise and I don't want to see it go away. So I'm always gonna support it as much as I can. No.
No, for sure, for sure. For Tails, who do you want it to follow? Like, if it follows that same method and it's two people,
Mhm.
who would you want it to be about?
I would like Quinlan Voss as one. We
Mm,
didn't get anything for him really much in the Clone Wars, unlike a couple of things.
yeah,
Um, so if it does follow Quinlan Voss, and now you're talking about Asajj Ventress, it would be cool to have Asajj Ventress with Quinlan Voss, have that
yeah,
that story, kind of fold out the Dark Disciple. That would be kind of neat to see.
yep.
Um, and then I think on so if you had so they're gonna follow a light side and a dark side.
Well, with the Saj and Quinlan, that's so tricky because they were
Yeah,
both light and dark.
yeah,
Because
it would be.
Quinlan went dark and came back, and Asajj was a Jedi that went dark, then went gray.
Yeah, true, true. Yeah, I'd like to see those two definitely. I think it's just off the top of my head of guys of people I want to see. Trying to think if there's any other like Sith that really like because the Tales of the Jedi kind of focuses on characters that were involved in the Clone Wars, right? Or they may
Wh-
push further on from that.
What about her?
Who? Oh yeah, that would be great too.
Balin and
Yeah,
Shin
that'd be
backstory?
cool.
Oh man. They
Yeah, this would be
were
great.
they were my favorite part of Ahsoka was like the fifth part of Ahsoka that I liked. Balin and Shin were the number one thing I loved about that show because, like, it blew my mind that Disney could create two new characters that felt so old and like so like they feel Star Wars, but I know nothing about them and I want more. Like, it's rare when we get that feeling, and like they nailed it with Balin and Shin.
Oh yeah. Balin's the way he told his stories about the past, where he was there during the fall of the temple and all that stuff, the way he articulated all that stuff, the music that they put with it, it gave you those vibes. Like I was like, man, I really want to see more of what happened here.
Yeah,
What
and
changed you?
I want to know why he hates Anakin so much because that dude got beef with Anakin.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah. No,
So
that's a good one. I would like to see that too.
yeah. So that's pretty much everything I have. What you got coming up next on your channel that the people could look forward to?
Oh, more lightsaber videos, more ship videos. I'm working today. I was working on a backstory of the Imperial shuttle, so I did that for like most of the day, and then so I got
Nice.
that. Yeah, I do a lot of that. I kind of like find something that I'm about to unbox, and then I try to go into the backstory of what that is, like whether it's
Yeah.
lore or whether it's how they made the prop. I really like how they made the prop. Those are always fun because
Yeah.
you find information that they came up with, and you're like, how the hell did you take that and you made this? Like,
Yeah.
so that's cool. So yeah, a lot of that you're gonna see on the channel this week, and I'm always coming up with other ideas just to shake things up on the channel, make it fun. So
Awesome. So for you guys watching, be sure to subscribe if you aren't already. The link will be down in the description. But George, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate it.
thanks, Tony. Appreciate for you having me here, man. It's been fun, bro. It's great.
Yes. And that's it for this episode of Sith Talk, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Force be with you.